Here's Artistic Chicana standing in front of my last acrylic painting, which bright colors, I love it. Hello, and this is video number 4, finally. Hello YouTubers, it's me, Artistic Chicana, talking today about printmaking. Printmaking, which includes today, the only one I'm talking about, dry point, aqua tint, and etching. Printmaking comes in many forms and methods. I'm just going to run through some of my work that I did in my class. It requires metal zinc plates, and you have to file the edges of your plate, and then you have to etch in your drawing, your picture. So just to start, this is one of my metal plates that I was experimenting, and this one here in the middle is called Deep Bite, because I left it in the acid a long time and it bit really deeply into the metal. I wasn't thrilled, but this is what I got out of that. This one, actually, I colorized it because I didn't like the way the other color looked. This is actually one of my very first dry points that I did in class. I entitled it Rose. And as you see, when you put down your etching, your drawing, you have to do it backwards. So that's why you always have to think when you're printing, because when you lift off the paper, it's backwards. Here is one of my first rough draft of my little church that I ended up printing almost 20 of them. I've got 19 total. I sold one to my son, and you see the beauty of printmaking. You can just keep printing and getting the same image. I can see the little nuances and the little differences where sometimes you leave too much ink on your plate and it gets too dark, and then other times it's kind of fine and it's how you want it. But this was my church from Golden, New Mexico. I colorized this part, as you can see the difference, colorized and not colorized. Aqua tinting is all the background here. This part here is dry point. Dry point simply just means you push real hard, almost like with a nail, and that's how you get your picture on there. And then you cover that up, and then you do the background with acid. I called this one Youth, and I think I ended up with 8 or 10 of these. I colorized a few of them, and it was really fun doing a tiny etching. I had to use the hard ground, and then I colorized them when I brought them home. But see, that's the beauty. Again, you have one plate that you worked on, and yet you can just print and get all of these cute pictures that are ready for a frame. These were some of the first things we made, which was wood block prints. Here's a 4-colored wood block print. And this thing is known or called a collagraph. It's actually not finished. I want to add some more drama. Lastly, I forgot to show this when I was talking more about my other paper art. Cute little flower there. I liked it, and I wanted you all to see it. Oh, lastly, this is pretty much the last thing that I printed up. Another church, the Lamy abandoned church up near Santa Fe. I feel like I made a lot of mistakes in my first 3 prints, but that happens a lot. You'll notice if you ever take a printmaking class. And then towards the end of your printmaking of the day, suddenly you get it more to where you want it to look like. Of course, these need to be matted with a white mat, and who knows, maybe I'll be able to sell some of these down the road. They turned out pretty good. Here's the aqua tinting again. Today's video is brought to you by Artistic Chicana when she was young in memory of her sister Betty Ann. No, Jeremy, I don't want to do my impersonation. Oh, okay. Here it is. Vivian Lee. Rat! Oh, Rat! Where will I go? What shall I do? You think that I know something that you don't know? You're right.